She sits across from you in the dim cafe, the world outside fading into background noise. She twirls a strand of hair between her fingers, lost in thought. Hours pass in laughter and lingering glances. Then, suddenly, she speaks, and her words stop you cold. "We are definitely not having sex tonight." Most men, upon hearing such a sentence, fold their evening neatly away like a suit they'll return to the closet. They nod politely, smile, and begin to plot their graceful retreat, convinced they have mistaken friendliness for attraction. What they don't realize is that she has just spoken in a dialect older than language itself, a dialect so layered it hides its meaning in plain sight. They hear the words and take them at face value. But beneath the surface lies the opposite truth. Women, more than men, are custodians of a delicate balance. Their desire is real, but so is the cost of showing it too plainly. In a world quick to misjudge and quicker to gossip, directness can be dangerous. So they weave their want into sentences that wear disguises, desire wrapped in denial, invitation clothed in refusal. This isn't deceit. This is survival. It's an art form that allows them to call to you without ever stepping into the open. The irony is that the very phrases that sound like the closing of a door are often the ones that mean it is slightly ajar, just enough for you to see the light spilling out. When she says you're trouble, she isn't describing you as a storm to avoid. She is whispering to herself about the kind of chaos that makes life worth living. Trouble, in her tongue, is the thrill of standing at the cliff's edge, toes curled over the rock, imagining what it would feel like to fall. She says it as a warning to herself, and part of her is already smiling at the thought of ignoring it. Trouble is the man who unravels her carefully knotted rules, who makes her forget that she ever had boundaries. The safe men, the ones who never cross lines, are forgettable. Trouble lingers. It tempts her to step into shadows, to feel the pulse of danger wrapped in charm. And when she looks at you with that mix of nervous anticipation and magnetic pull, she is not asking you to reassure her that you are safe. She is daring you to make the ground shift beneath her. Then there is the matter of scent, a primal, wordless lure older than firelight. When she notices how you smell, it is not simply about your cologne or aftershave. It is her body answering yours. She has been close enough to breathe you in, and something in her chemistry has responded without her consent. That comment, that almost casual observation, is her subconscious confessing a desire for proximity. She has imagined what it would be like for your scent to linger on her clothes, her sheets, her skin. Most men miss this entirely. They think it's the same as being told they have a nice shirt, but a shirt does not awaken the animal part of the brain, the part that whispers about compatibility and unspoken attraction. Your scent bypasses her mind and speaks directly to her instincts. When she tells you she likes it, she is telling you, without meaning to, that she wants more of you near her, enough to carry the proof of you into tomorrow. Sometimes her words take the form of confession. "I don't usually do this," she'll say, and the untrained ear will hear a boundary. But this is not a wall. It is the unlocking of a door. This phrase is her way of excusing herself from the norms she has built her identity upon. It allows her to step into something impulsive while still holding on to the belief that she is deliberate. What she really means is, "I have decided to do this because you are not like the others, because you have made me feel something rare." She isn't asking you to convince her it's fine. She has already decided it's fine. What follows that phrase is not hesitation, but commitment, an idea already set in motion. She is telling herself, and you, that this is special, that she is willing to risk deviation from her script because you have earned that exception. Your role is not to challenge her decision or to interrogate it, but to affirm the feeling behind it and guide it forward. And then there is the quietest of signals, the one hidden in the simplest of logistics. She'll say, "It's getting late," but then her smile lingers, Her posture doesn't shift toward the door. Her tone is touched with something warm. It is the performance of leaving, not the act itself. What she is really saying is, I don't want this to end. Give me a reason to stay. It is a strange kind of dance. She names the socially acceptable end to the evening, then follows it with an unspoken invitation to defy it. She is passing you the decision, granting you the power to break the spell of time. Suggest more, and you will find her relieved. Let it end, and she will retreat into the safety of having not been the one to cross the line. The same pattern lives in her curiosity about where you live. It is not idle chit-chat. She is measuring the possibility of closeness. She is painting mental maps in which the two of you inhabit the same space for a little longer, without the eyes of the world upon you. If she tells you her roommate is gone or her place is nearby, she is not talking about geography. She is talking about opportunity. And if she asks, with a subtle challenge in her gaze, do you think I'm innocent? Understand that this is no real question. She is giving you a choice in how you see her. To the outside world, she may play the part of composure, of restraint, of virtue. But to you, she wants to be something else, someone else. This is an opening into the layered self she does not offer to everyone. It is a test of whether you can see beyond the surface without trying to strip it away too quickly. She may tell you that you're different, and those words, simple as they are, carry the weight of comparison. This is not a label she gives freely. It is the product of measuring you against the many who have come before and finding you to be the rare exception. Different means you have reached a place inside her that others have not. And sometimes she will ask, what now? The unpracticed man will hear this as a request for options, but it is not. It is a passing of the torch. It is her telling you that the next step is yours to define. She is not looking for coffee or casual plans. She is inviting you to lead the moment into whatever comes next, so long as it honors the tension she has been weaving between you. Even her denials are often affirmations in disguise. We're not having sex tonight is not the absence of desire, it is the acknowledgement of it. She speaks the words because the possibility already exists. She sets the rules so that she can break it without guilt, should she choose to. In that statement lies both her resistance and her readiness. It is here, in these subtle exchanges, that a man either sees the truth or lets it slip past him. Women's language is layered, full of shadows and light, and those who can read it are not manipulating. It is simply that they have learned to listen beyond the words, to feel the intent beneath the phrasing. To know that I should go can mean I hope you stop me, and that I'm not that kind of girl can mean I want to be that kind of girl with you. Once you understand this, you stop taking the surface for the whole. You begin to see the unspoken invitations in every pause, every contradiction, every glance that lingers one beat too long. Her words, her pauses, her subtle tilts of the head, none of it exists by accident. Every signal she sends is wrapped in layers, the way a letter might be hidden inside folds of silk, visible only to the one patient enough to unwrap it. Once you've learned to see this, you realize that the world of attraction isn't made of loud declarations, but of quiet, deliberate suggestions. She doesn't want a man who pushes blindly forward. She wants one who reads the current before setting his oars in the water. The signals she offers are not meant to hand you the ending outright. They are there to see if you are capable of navigating without a map. If you can notice the shift in her tone when she says it's late, the way her pupils widen when you move a fraction closer, the faint catch in her breath when your fingers brush hers, then you are speaking the language without words. And here's the truth most never realize. She wants you to succeed at this. These little contradictions, I shouldn't, I don't usually, we're not going to. They are doors she has left unlocked, but only for the right kind of man to open. She is not playing games to frustrate you. She is creating a space where attraction can bloom without the weight of judgment, where she can say yes without ever having to say it outright. When you lean into this, when you respect both the mask and the face beneath it, something changes. She no longer feels the need to guard every word. The dance becomes fluid. Her laughter carries less caution and more surrender. She looks at you not as someone she needs to assess, but as someone she has already chosen. And here is the great paradox. The more you understand these signals, the less you force them. You no longer need to rush toward the destination, because you realize the journey itself is the seduction. You understand that every step forward, every layer unveiled, makes the arrival sweeter. The men who fail are the ones who think attraction is a blunt instrument, a direct question, a bold move, an immediate answer. But the ones who stay in her memory are those who understand that attraction is a delicate thread. Pull too hard and it snaps. Handle it with skill and it will lead her exactly where she's already hoping to go. When she feels that you see her, not just the version she shows the world, but the complexity, the contradictions, the wildness she hides, she will follow that thread with you willingly. You become not just the man she is attracted to, but the man she trusts with the parts of herself she doesn't show anyone else. That is why this language matters. It's not about tricks. It's about learning to hear the truth when it's spoken in whispers. It's about catching the spark when it's disguised as a flicker. And when you master this, you will find that women are not mysterious puzzles to solve. They are symphonies to be listened to, movements to be felt, each note leading to the next, with perfect inevitability. You will stop asking, "Is she interested?" and start knowing, in the way you know a storm is coming before the clouds arrive. And when you act, it will not be a guess. It will be the natural conclusion to a conversation she has been having with you all along, in the language only the two of you understand.